How to find love during isolation, tips and risks. Hello everyone. In today's video, we will explore the topic of where to meet women while you're in isolation, and whether it's advisable to pursue relationships during this time. For those who are new to my channel, my name is Anna Jorgensen, and I specialize in dating coaching for men. Thank you for tuning in from Canada. Now, let's dive right into the challenges of dating during isolation. First and foremost, it's important to acknowledge a reality check. The connection you form during isolation may not be lasting. You might find yourself feeling lonely and desperate for companionship, leading you to rush into a relationship. However, once you eventually meet in person or spend more time together after the isolation period, you may realize that you and your partner are not as compatible as you initially thought. This is a common risk in dating, and it's something to be mindful of. The second risk involves the chemistry that can be lacking when you only meet someone online. For instance, if you are in a complete lockdown and have only interacted through digital means, the in-person chemistry might not be there when you finally meet face-to-face. Physical attraction is influenced by factors like pheromones, which play a significant role in our attraction to others. To mitigate this, consider using video calls through platforms like FaceTime, Skype, or Snapchat. This way, you can get a better sense of the other person's mannerisms and personality. However, it's essential to understand that even if you feel a connection online, it may not translate to an in-person meeting, especially for women, who may not feel the same level of attraction as men do. Men tend to be more visual, so as long as a woman resembles her photos and has appealing mannerisms, they are likely to feel attracted. Unfortunately, the reverse may not hold true, and it's important not to take this personally, even though it's natural to feel that way. The third challenge of dating during isolation is that it resembles a long-distance relationship. You won't have the opportunity to observe your partner's daily habits or how they interact with others in real life. For example, you won't know if she treats waitstaff with kindness or how she reacts when things don't go as planned, like when a taxi is late. These are crucial aspects of a person's character that you can only learn through spending time together in person. Thus, the risks associated with dating during isolation are similar to those found in long-distance relationships. So, what can you do? If you prefer to wait, there are certainly advantages to being single during isolation, which I have discussed in a previous video about enhancing your relationship market value while being single. However, if you're eager to meet women, there are still options available even in these unusual times. Online dating sites and apps are a great way to connect with potential partners. One of the benefits of using these platforms right now is that you might encounter individuals who wouldn't typically be on dating sites or apps, opening up new possibilities for connections. When people can't meet potential partners in person, they often turn to online dating platforms. Interestingly, those who don't typically use dating sites, often considered higher-value individuals, are now joining these platforms. Here's a helpful tip: clearly state what you're looking for in a relationship on your profile. Instead of directing it at a specific person, mention whether you're interested in casual dating or seeking a long-term partner. This upfront approach helps filter out people with incompatible goals. Once in-person interactions become possible again, this clarity will save you time by attracting those with similar intentions. If you're comfortable, you might also share your beliefs about current world events. While differing perspectives can sometimes complement each other, they often lead to conflicts. For example, stating your political affiliation, Republican or Democrat, will naturally exclude those who strongly oppose your views. The same applies to topics like the pandemic. Whether you believe in conspiracy theories or trust scientific consensus, these views can significantly impact compatibility. If these matters are important to you, it's worth mentioning them early to avoid mismatches down the line. If not, you can skip this step. Now, let's talk about meeting people offline. Even during times of restricted social interaction, opportunities exist in the real world. For instance, where I live in Canada, while full lockdowns aren't in place, self-isolation is encouraged. Yet, when I go for walks, I frequently notice couples on dates, some on their first outing, others on their second. I've even struck up conversations with strangers, like a man walking his dog who initiated a chat. What's clear is that people crave connection now more than ever. If you're out and about, where permitted, you'll find others more open to conversation, especially if they're not wearing masks, as facial expressions play a big role in friendliness. This longing for human interaction makes real-world encounters surprisingly common, even in uncertain times. The decision to wear a mask can significantly influence social interactions. When someone is wearing a mask, it may indicate that they are taking precautions to protect themselves or others. However, this can also suggest that they might be less inclined to engage in conversations at this moment, as they are being cautious. On the other hand, individuals who choose not to wear masks often appear more open to dialogue. It's important to maintain a safe distance of about 6 to 7 feet while conversing, but it is entirely possible to connect with others in this way. If you have a dog or can borrow one, this can be an excellent opportunity to meet women who also have dogs. Dogs naturally interact with each other, which can create a perfect icebreaker for you to start a conversation. Even if you're not directly asking someone out, these interactions can lead to meaningful connections. You might find yourself walking together or grabbing a coffee, allowing you to get to know each other better. Now, let's quickly explore some advantages of isolation during this time. First, there's significantly less pressure from both yourself and others to date or find love immediately. This can be a relief. Second, this period offers you the chance to reflect on yourself and understand what might have been holding you back from finding love. It's a great time to awaken to the idea of love and what it means to you. Third, instead of fixating on the search for love, you can shift your focus toward personal development. Fourth, if you do decide to date or meet someone, or even if you choose to wait, there's no pressure for physical contact. You won't have to worry about whether to kiss or touch someone, which can alleviate a lot of stress. Fifth, as I mentioned in a previous video, this time allows you to get to know someone's true self without being swayed by physical attraction. Sixth, once we return to our usual freedoms, you will likely have a newfound appreciation for the things we often take for granted. I bet you're already missing those freedoms, and when they return, you will cherish them even more. Seventh, there's a sense of community that has emerged from this shared experience. We all find ourselves in the same situation, which fosters a desire to connect with others. It's as if we are allowed to engage with strangers again without the usual apprehension. Eighth, this sense of community ties back to the previous point, emphasizing our collective experience. Ninth, you now have the time to catch up on both productive and leisurely activities. Life doesn't have to revolve solely around work, and this realization is a positive takeaway that we can carry into our future lives. Lastly, it's essential to remember that life is about balance, and it's okay to take a step back from the constant drive for productivity. Learning to live with less is a valuable skill, especially if you're currently in a comfortable financial situation. Developing this habit now will ensure you're prepared for any future financial challenges. When the time comes to start earning again, you'll have already mastered the art of living within your means, which is crucial for financial stability and saving for unexpected expenses. This approach has its perks. It allows you to build a safety net and be ready for any storms that may come your way. So, embrace this mindset, check out my other video on increasing your market value with at-home activities, and feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. It's a great way to engage and learn from each other.